Hi Army. Today we're going to make the BTS Army Bomb cover that's in the Mang without the mask style. So this is what it looks like, not on the Army Bomb, and I haven't done the ears yet. So I'm gonna get right into it. You'll need a kind of a light purple color and a baby blue yarn color. So these are the three colors, and I'm using a 4.5 millimeter hook for this project. So you start with a chain of 38, and then we're going to do a row of 36 double crochets in US crochet terminology. So we're going to crochet a double crochet into the third chain from the hook. So that's 1, 2, 3, right into this one. Double crochet right into that third loop from the hook, and then another 35 double crochets. I thought with Hobi's upcoming concerts for his tour, all the army out there might want to make their own Army Bomb light stick cover with the Unmasked Mang cover. It's super cute and relatively beginner friendly. So I'm excited that you're here to crochet along with me today. If you're already a subscriber, thank you for watching again. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment below to show any support you have. If you're a new viewer, I would greatly appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, and it really encourages me to post more of these free YouTube tutorials for everyone to watch and learn. I'm also on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Username is all the same at Made by Kana, and would love a follow, subscribe, like, etc. If you'd like to support me as a crochet artist, or if you just like to follow along a written pattern, my pattern is available on Etsy. My Etsy shop is madebykana.etsy.com. If you want the direct link to this pattern, I will link it in the description box. Okay, it's the second last two stitches. This is the last one, and right before finishing the second portion of the double crochet, I like to loop in that tail. Just to pull it up, and then I don't have this tail to weave in later. So we're going to turn our work, and we're going to do 36 single crochets, and we're not going to do a chain one. We're just turning and crocheting directly into that first stitch with a single crochet, and we're doing 36 single crochets, and just crochet right over that tail, so you don't need to weave it in later. the last few stitches of the second row. Okay, last two. So when we get to this last stitch here, we're not going to finish the single crochet. We're going to change colors to the white. So don't finish that last single crochet. Change the color to this white. And without chaining one, we're going to go directly into the last stitch and do 8 single crochets in the white while carrying the purple yarn and the white tail in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then in the next stitch, we're going to do an increase. And before finishing that increase, we're going to change back to purple. So now we're going to carry the white in the back, and we're doing another 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then next is going to be an increase. And then repeat that again with another 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then followed by an increase. And before we finish that second purple stitch, we're changing colors. We're going to drop the purple because the remainder of this row will be white, and then it's going to be white when we go backwards again. So we drop that purple. We don't have to carry it in the back. And we're going to do 7 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In my written pattern, I do the increase at the end, but I don't like to end my rows with an increase, so I'm going to do an increase at the second last stitch. It doesn't really matter. It's just a weird preference of mine. So that's the end of that row. Now we're going to turn the work, no chain one, just directly single crochet, and we're going to do 8 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to do a decrease. And before finishing that, we're going to change back to the purple and carry the white yarn in the front here. So now we do another 8 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a decrease. I'm doing a regular decrease, not an invisible decrease. Just a note. And then another 8 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then a decrease in the purple. We're going to drop that purple, change colors to the white, and we're not going to carry the purple, we're going to drop it again. We're doing 7 single crochets in the white. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a decrease. Oopsies. And then 1 last single crochet. And turn. Just make sure you kind of stretch out your work at the end of each row so it's flat and it's not scrunched up, because when you carry the yarn at the back, sometimes work gets scrunched up. Now we're going to do, this is the last row, and we're doing double crochets all the way across, but we're changing colors. So I like to, because we're not chaining at the end of our rows, I'm going to do a standing stitch. I don't know if it's called a standing double or a standing single crochet, but basically you do a normal single crochet, finish it, and then you insert the hook into the middle where it's around 2 loops like that, and then make another single crochet so it's twice as high. This gives us a straight edge at the end. So no need to count, just very straightforward double crochets all the way across. And just making sure, so if you're into counting, that's 9 white double crochets. Let's count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 9. And change colors before you finish the last stitch. And then in the middle, there's going to be 18 purples. 1. Oh, and we have to carry the yarn at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. And don't finish this stitch all the way. Change colors to white. Drop that purple and then finish with 9 double crochets. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Don't finish this stitch, and we're going to change colors to the baby blue. Change colors to the baby blue, and then we're going to chain 1. So this is the one of the edges at the bottom. What we're going to do now is we're going to do 7 single crochets across this edge. So after chaining 1, we're going to do 1 single crochet into that same spot. Oops. 1, and you can carry the yarn at the back too, just to just so it's less messy and less weaving work later. I'm gonna redo that. Okay, I wanted it there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to make sure it's not twisted. We're going to fold this in half onto the other side of the purple, and we're going to do another 7 single crochets along this edge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 7, and then we're gonna do chain 3, and then slip stitch into that first single crochet. Next, we're going to chain 6 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go grab some of my scissors. I'll be right back. Okay, we can trim this off, the white and the purple, because we're done with that now. Okay, now we're working on the cuff that's around the handle of the army bomb. So we're going to be working vertically and then attaching each row to the single crochet stitches. If you've done ribbing before, it's pretty straightforward, but if this is your first time, don't worry. It's actually quite simple and straightforward, and I'll try to go slow in the beginning. So where you always do, if it's a single crochet, the second loop from the hook. So first one, second one, and we're going to do 5 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next, so we slip stitched into this first single crochet. Now we're going to slip stitch into the next 2. 1, 2. So we're going to turn our work. So we're on the back side of this blue piece now. We're going to skip those 2 slip stitches that we just did. So 1, 2, and we're going to work in the third stitch from the hook, and we're doing back loop only. So single crochet into that back loop, third stitch from the hook, and we're going to do 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the last stitch we're going to go through both loops, a normal single crochet, and chain 1. Then we're going to turn and go through both loops again, single crochet, and then we're going to do 4 back loop only single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. So essentially, to get the ribbing, you go in the back loop only, 4 single crochets back loop only. The single crochet that we have at the bottom of the cuff, that will be through both loops, just to give it more strength going through both loops. So this was our last slip stitch. We're going to go into that next stitch and do 2 slip stitches. Skip those 2 slip stitches and go back loop for 4 back loop only single crochets, and then a single crochet through both loops, and then chain 1, and just basically keep repeating that until you're done all the way around the whole circumference of the base. When you get up to the chains, it's the same thing. You'll do the slip stitches and the single crochets. So this next one, we're going to slip stitch into the chain. So we have 3 chains here, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch into that first chain, slip stitch into the second chain, and then skip those 2 slip stitches and do 4 back loop only single crochets. In case you want to, if it's going too fast or too slow, you can always change the speed of the video. Sometimes I notice I'm talking really slowly because I'm thinking, like trying to crochet and talk at the same time. I normally, when I'm not making a video, I'm just sitting there quietly crocheting, but to talk and crochet at the same time, I guess I'm not a very good multitasker, but sometimes I'm talking really slowly, and that's the reason. And if you are on your computer and you want to rewind, I like to use the keyboard, and you can tap on, I think it's J, K, and L. J will rewind, K will pause, and L will fast forward. A little tip there. And it rewinds or fast forwards for 10 seconds. The space bar also pauses the video. So if I ever use YouTube video tutorials, I always do it on my computer, and then you can use that to navigate the video more precisely than the bar at the bottom of the video. almost done the ribbing. This is an awesome project. Oopsies, if you're a beginner, mostly because it's such a quick one. And it's very satisfying to finish a project within a day. A very nice and cute one, but as well. Cute and useful. Okay, we're down to, I think, the second last row of the ribbing. Okay, this is the last row before we slip stitch it together. So this last bit, there's only one chain left, so we're going to only slip stitch once. And because we only slip stitched one, we're going to skip one slip stitch and do 4 back loop single crochets this way and full single crochet, chain 1. And then this row, we're going to slip stitch both edges together. So this is the chain 1. We're going to go through both loops of the first one and slip stitch that and slip stitch that together. And then the remainder, we're going to do the back loop and then through the chain in the first row. So the back loop of that last row and then through the chain of the first row. Okay. And then you can use your tapestry needle and weave that into this blue. It's very nicely, and then tuck in all your ends. So this is our super cute cover. Now let's do the ears very quickly. Okay, chain 1, and we're going to do 4 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and chain 1. Then let's tighten up the magic circle. Turn and work from the back, and we're going to do 4 half double crochet increases. So increase, first increase, second increase, and third increase, and fourth increase. I'm not going to chain 1 to finish. Leave a bit of a long tail to weave in, to sew onto the hat. I'm just going to make 1, but you should make 2 for both of the ears. Then we're going to make the inside of the ear with the baby blue. Slip knot, chain 1, and do 4 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, chain 1, and then tighten up that magic circle. And then we're going to turn the work and work 4 single crochet increases. So that's 1 increase, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, for this one we're going to chain 1, and we're going to slip stitch these together. So put the purple, so this is the front side, this is the back side, and this is the back side, this is the front side. So we're going to go back to back, and we're going to use the blue to slip stitch the back loops of both pieces together. So this back loop and this back loop. And there should be 8 slip stitches to attach both pieces into one ear. And then also leave a long tail for the blue to sew onto the cover. So the purple is on the outside. You curve the ear a bit. I'm not going to sew it on for the video, but what I like to do is fold it in half so I know where the half mark is, and then the ear will go somewhere here so that when you open it up it's going to be symmetrical like that. And if you want to, so what I like to do, just a tip, is these tails from the beginning of the magic circle, you can thread it through like that to hold and see if you like the spot. So I like to do that just to hold it, and then you use this purple and sew along the back of the ear, then thread it inside, then use the blue and sew this edge and thread it to the back, and then tie a knot, and you're done. Thank you for crocheting along with me today. I hope you were able to follow along. If you had any questions, feel free to leave a message in the comments below. Again, if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, like the video. And if you're on Instagram or Facebook, please tag me after you're done so that I can see your beautiful work. Thank you again for your time with me today, and have a great day. See you next time. Bye.